Hi everyone, continuing our educational series on precast concrete products and following our previous video on modular Lego style construction, today I'd like to share some important lessons learned during the production of external concrete sandwich panels. I'm sure that you can easily remember that on Lego style construction bespoke products, we have got three types of uh, materials and three types of units that is going to be integrated together, or that are those are going to be integrated together to make a building. As you can remember, it was the internal panel, external panel or sandwich panels, and demi-deck, which is covering the roof. My very first experience with sandwich panels involved a unit measuring 4950 millimeter in length, 2625 millimeter in height, and 405 millimeter in thickness, and weighing 8,031 kilograms. The details of these units are mentioned in both drawings. Through this experience, I learned that these external wall panels are typically composed of three layers. An external concrete layer, usually 75 millimeter thick, an insulation layer, typically 180 millimeter thick according to project specifications, an internal concrete layer, usually 150 millimeter thick. One of the biggest challenges comes from the panel ends and connection details. In many cases, in sandwich panels, one end of the panel connects to another external wall. This requires tongue and groove style detailing, meaning the lengths of the concrete and insulation layers differ at the edges. These details create significant execution challenges during production. In other edges, wire rope boxes are incorporated at the panel edges. Once installed on site, reinforcing bars pass through these voids, and the trapezium recesses are then filled with concrete to complete the structural connection. In my opinion, aside from the critical importance of accurately executing all edges and connection details to avoid installation problems on site, the most challenging aspect of sandwich panel production is the stage concrete pouring process and the placement of the insulation layer between the two concrete wreaths. In this picture, you can see the process hierarchy for sandwich panel production. The first stage is the formwork preparation. We are nearly familiar and used to this stage. The second stage is the removal and temporary obstructions, casting the first concrete layer. The third stage is installation of the insulation layer and the DPC, damp protective course. The fourth stage is the second steel cage application and installation of grouting pipes. And the fifth stage is the installation of the lifters. And the final stage and the sixth stage is the final concrete pour. The entire wall length must first be formed based on the maximum projections and connection geometries. All boxes, recesses, and tongue and groove details are installed and checked so the quality control engineer can verify final dimensions before casting. It is also essential that the insulation board extend correctly beyond the panel edges to guarantee proper thermal continuity after installation. After confirming all dimensions and details, the boxes that interfere with concrete placement or insulation installation are removed. The external 75 mm concrete layer is poured after installing the A389 reinforcement mesh. And don't forget that, because the thickness of this layer is only 75 mm, so vibration is really critical and important at this stage, and that's why that we are using vibrating bed in this case. Three important preparations must already be completed before this stage. Since insulation boards come in standard sizes, anchor locations must be coordinated in a Lego-style arrangement between adjacent boards. All anchor holes must be pre-drilled according to drawings and installation manuals to prevent insulation debris from affecting anchor performance. DPC, damp protective course installation. Another critical detail is the installation of the DPC membrane, which must be placed approximately 150 mm above the bottom of the insulation layer before concrete pouring. This stage is the second steel cage application and installation of grouting pipes. After placing the insulation board, the anchors are inserted into the pre-drilled holes and fully secured. Conduits and sleeves for side-installed reinforcements are then positioned within the reinforcement cage, and this steel cage is applying to the top of the insulation layer. At this stage, the lifting systems and embedded items at the internal facade is going to be installed. And also the installation lifters based on the drawing were crank deha lifters. So these twisted lifting anchors are commonly used on these sandwich panels, and their embedded twist end must be properly positioned inside the concrete. That's the important fact about this stage. And the final layer, concrete pour. After installing the lifting systems, the embedded items, and wrapping everything, the internal 150 mm concrete layer should be casted. This type of product is one of the most challenging precast elements due to its multi-stage concrete pouring process and layered construction system. The entire preparation ideally needs to be completed within a single working day. And here you can see the final product. Thanks everybody for watching my videos and continuing my educational series. My contact details are shown on the screen. Also my LinkedIn ID. I would be appreciated if you follow my page and also comment on my post. Thanks a lot. See you in the next slides. Bye.